How to name your web pages for SEO. Hello and welcome back again. In this video session, I'm going to show you how to name your web pages and a smarter way to name your web pages. Now, what you're seeing on the screen is for this video tutorial session, as in this training course. So I've got some sample keywords which I will take you through and show you step by step how to create fully optimized landing pages, right? Surely it's a sample site, but nonetheless it will give us enough knowledge to be able to rank any keyword and optimize any landing page and website, okay? So now that we've got that out of the way, let's have a look at how we can better name our web pages, because we know Google looks at the URL as a strong indicator as to what your landing pages are about. Now, knowing that, if I was to then say, okay, I want to target this keyword, these keywords, and these keywords, and so on, because we've done our keyword research, then it would be only logical for me to start naming my URLs along these lines, meaning having the keywords precisely in the web page, because that will be the URL as far as Google is concerned. Okay, so knowing that, what about if I was to name my web page as what we're seeing now? Okay, why don't I do that when I know that these keywords are being searched? Because I've seen this when I was doing my keyword research, for example. Now let's call these long-tailed keywords, and let's call these short keywords. Now you can name your web pages with long-tailed keywords. Actually, it is smart to do so if you're pumping out a lot of blog posts on your website, okay? Because blogs are a little bit different of an online business rather than, let's say, you're selling products or services and so on, okay? So therefore, I would encourage you to precisely target long-tail keywords if you're pumping out a lot of blog posts. And if you're just having a normal website, okay, then it is only logical to go for short keywords in your URL, because when you do, then not only can you rank these keywords easily, but because you've chosen the short ones, that means you can precisely target different ones stemming from the ones you've chosen. Okay, that means, let me give you an example. Let's say my landing page is called SEO training.html or .php. It makes no difference, because web page, as in URL, is a URL as far as Google is concerned. Okay, so if I then just choose the short keywords like this, then I can stem different ones out of them, as in latest SEO training, SEO training courses, SEO training video tutorials, and so on. Okay, so in this example, then if I name my URLs as such, then it limits my potential to stem different ones from it. That's why it is smart for you to go for the short ones if you have a normal website, whereas if you have a blog portion, then focus on the longer ones, because for each blog post you want to keep targeting different keywords, in a sense, because you have the potential to create more different pages, perhaps 5 pages per week and so on. Whereas if you had a normal website selling products and services, that means you create your landing pages once and optimize it properly and then rank them. Whereas blog posts, you can keep every week target different ones, because that will consistently change for you. Okay, so that's what you need to think when you want to name your web pages. Also, what if we have a site that's running e-commerce or selling products or offering services and so on. And let's say we have a medium-sized website or a large website. Okay? Because what I've shown you before is perhaps pretty basic. And we already know the importance of category, as in importance of us categorizing our products and services and so on, because that is very important for your visitors when they visit you to navigate around your website through your navigation menu, through your breadcrumb links and so on, right? So therefore it is smart if you are running an e-commerce site and you have a large website or a medium-sized website with lots of different products, lots of different services and so on, then you need to start thinking a little bit different when you want to name your web pages. In a sense, if you have lots of products that falls into different categories, then instead of just having lots of pages, which will get confusing for everyone involved, including Google, okay, then it is only intelligent for you to categorize them and use folders, and within the folders put your important keywords. As in this example, let's say we're selling bracelets, necklaces, earrings and so on. Then let's say, as far as necklace is concerned, let's say you have 50 different products. Okay, then you need to sit back and start thinking, okay, how do I categorize them? Because that kind of allows you to name them properly as well. Okay, so for a large site, you utilize folder names with the keywords, as in, let me create a folder and name it with the keyword necklaces, for example. Then underneath that, I can then say, okay, you know what? I have two different types of necklaces. One is gold necklaces, then I will name my web page as such. Okay, and another web page, I'm gonna categorize all the silver necklaces. So therefore, then you name your web pages different if you have a website similar to this. Okay, also, you can then, let's say you have a really large website with lots of different products, then you can perhaps further categorize it and use another folder name and call that for men. Okay, so therefore it branches out, right? And then you have another folder and name it for women. Okay, and within that folder you then go and say, okay, let me then name my web page with celticcross.html, for example, right? Or for women, triangle.html, knowing you're selling the triangle necklaces on this page, whereas on this one you're selling Celtic cross necklaces. But think of it like Google here, because we know Google looks at the URL as an important signal. So therefore, when you follow this option for a e-commerce site, what happens is that you actually avoid any duplicate issues, because if you then didn't follow this option and just trying to put everything in the necklaces folder, then each page becomes very similar to one another. Whereas if you follow this option, then you're covering the keywords in the URL portion. Okay, and not only that, when you create this page by itself, it becomes more original and more unique compared to the other one. So that's why you need to follow a smarter, a logical way when you're naming your web pages, knowing it is one of the most important signals for Google keyword ranking. Thank you very much for learning with me. Now that we know how to name our web pages, let's continue learning. And I'll talk to you in the next video session.